Mike's on.
Before I give you the Met lineup, here's some quotes from Callaway today. And this is the first time I've heard him talk this way. And frankly, it's the first time I've heard him talk like someone who actually was upset about anything all year. Here you go. Callaway. And if we have these, I'd like to hear the tone, Mons. If we have audio on this, I'd like the folks to hear, because I can read them, but I lose a little bit in the transition and the transmission if we don't hear them. So if you get them, let me know and we'll play them. Here we go. Callaway. We've hit rock bottom in the last few days, and we have to come out of it. Callaway, we're pissed, but adds rage and negativity isn't going to help. I haven't slept in a week. Callaway, there's a reason you lose, and it hasn't just been bad luck in one inning. We're not playing the game the right way. Callaway, a number of team meetings is not going to pull us out of it. A team meeting is not going to make us play better defense. A team meeting is not going to make us not walk the leadoff in. So there's a frustrated and I would say angry. Now I'm reading that in. I haven't heard his tone. I'm going to gather his tone matched the words. But that's the first time where I got a feeling that he sounded like just a normal guy and not some robot that was, going to talk about the process again, where he actually sounded like someone who might, get across to his team that he was unhappy with them. I mean, that's what has been missing is that, what you would expect to hear from a manager when his team is playing lousy. All right. So there's Callaway. If we can play those, let me know. Here's the Met lineup. Nimmo, Cabrera, Batista, Bruce, Plawecki, Gonzalez, Guillermo at third, Vargas, and Rosario. So, puts Reyes back on the bench and puts Guillermo at third base, which he should have done last night anyway. I didn't understand why the kid, after getting 4 hits and knocking in 3 runs, didn't play last night. I didn't understand that. Unless he's just trying to prove to everybody how worthless Reyes is. If he's trying to prove that, I think he proved it again last night. Reyes went 0 for 4 again last night. So there's the lineup. Nimmo, who's been doing a good job getting on base. Cabrera, who's been the Met MVP in every single way. No question about it, by a mile. Batista, Joey Bats in the lineup, playing left field. Bruce, playing right field. Plawecki, Gonzalez, and then Game and Vargas and Rosario. And Vargas, who has been utterly hideous, and Vargas the other day, the Mets spot him. Here's Vargas the other day in Milwaukee. Mets give you a 3-spot top of the inning. You give back 3 at the bottom of the inning. Mets give you a 5-3 lead. You give it right back. How many times are you going to ask a team to give you a lead? How many times you want? When a team goes out and you're a professional pitcher and you're a guy who's, brought in here to win games. My God, you won games last year. You proved you could actually win games last year with what you did. And the team spots you 3. Go out there and you know what? Get somebody out. You go out there and boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, right back right away. 3 and you put up 3. Yeah, it's not what it's about. You go out there, so your team gives you a 3-0 lead. You go out there and you get a W. You go out there and you pitch a couple innings of 0 ball. His whip is over 2. I don't remember seeing a whip from a starter over 2. Milwaukee today, he pitched 3 innings, he gave 6 hits, 2 walks, gave 5 runs in 3 innings. This year, for the season, this guy is 1-3 for the season. He's pitched 20 innings, and in 20 innings, his ERA is 10.62 is his ERA. 10.62. Can't make it up. Really cannot make it up. 20 innings, 34 hits, 24 earned runs, 6 homers, walked 10. So he's allowed 44 base runners in 20 innings. That's more than 2 base runners an inning. How are you going to win if you put 2 guys on base every single inning that you pitch? And if the team against you is hitting 370, that means they are hitting like Ted Williams when you come to the plate. Or Rogers Hornsby. Or Joe DiMaggio. Every hitter is in a box, is the Yankee Clipper against this guy. Every hitter who comes up is Willie McCovey. Can't win that way. So the Mets have reached, according to their manager, to put it in quotes, they have reached rock bottom. I haven't slept in a week. There's your manager. Rock bottom. Dwayne in Union, what's up, Dwayne?
Hey, good afternoon, Mike. Well, I'm glad he's frustrated because I'm a frustrated Met fan since 1982 when I was 8 years old. If you allow me to just touch on 3 things, I'll be quick and I'll get out of your way. 1, 2 years ago, I called you and I got in a disagreement with you about Steven Matz, and I stand by what I said 2 years ago about this kid. He has a head case. He's a head case. He can't get out of his own way. Everything has to be perfect for this kid for him to succeed. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I mean, we get him last night. He's hurt in the 4th inning after Syndergaard already announced that he was hurt. 2, Mike, I'm tired of the Wilpons because they don't come on your show. They don't go on any show. They stay hidden. They say nothing to their fans, and we're fed up. And you know what, Mike? I'm the jerk. And you know why I'm the jerk? Because when it's first pitched tonight, I'm going to watch again. And these guys just don't get it.
You're a fan.
They're afraid to come on your show. They hide around the fact that WFAN signed the Yankees, which was a great business decision for this station.
Hey, they listen. They had their feelings hurt, which I understood, but they did a bad job. They did a bad job not coming on all these years. I think it was. I understand they had their feelings hurt because they felt they deserved a little consideration after 28 years, which I understand. Okay, they understand, but the bottom line is they should not have held the grudge this long.
Not this long. I mean, as a fan, you gave me 86. You gave me 2000. You even gave me 2015. I could be happy about that. But you're running this like a second-rate organization. I'm not blaming Sandy Alderson. The only thing you could say Sandy hasn't done in his time here is build a bullpen. They tried to do it around pitching with Generation K. They tried to do it around pitching with these guys.
That's their problem now. You can't do it around pitching. You cannot build your team around starting pitching.
And the only person you could depend on is Jake DeGrom, and that kid deserves better than what
And now he's starting to grumble.
He should.
You know, he's hit the bottom of the barrel a little bit himself. Where he's starting to say, he's kind of admitting that this is starting to get to him, and I don't blame it. You know, 22 times he has left the game in his Met career with a lead and not gotten a decision. 22 times. That's a lot.
Mike,
that is a lot.
Who's pitching better in the National League this year?
Yeah, not many.
And how do they repay him? Yeah, he had that one bad inning when he pitched 40 pitches. They took him out of the game.
Well, I didn't understand that anyway. I'm sorry. That I didn't understand. But he has pitched. He's pitched great. Listen, I totally agree with you. DeGrom's pitched great. He's the deserved bidder. He's 4-0, and let's be honest. He's 4-0 this year. He has made 11 starts. He's 4-0. If we're going to be realistic and reasonable, he should be a minimum of 8 or 9-0 this year.
Absolutely.
8 or 9. 8 or 9 is reasonable. That's not even being outrageous. That's reasonable, 8 or 9. Absolutely reasonable. Vinny in Staten Island. What's up, Vinny?
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, Vinny, what's up?
Mike, I'm glad Callaway is showing some type of frustration, but he's only been here for 2 months, and the Mets will make the happiest guy on earth the most upset, apparently. Mike, I hate the Wilpons as much as the next Mets fan, but I got to put a lot on Alderson. I don't know if you heard Carlin read off a list earlier today of about 58 or 59 names that Alderson has brought in since he's been here.
Well, I mean, listen, we've lived through that. We understand we understand all the things that are going on. Yeah.
We went to the World Series in 15.
Yeah.
Okay, Alderson was here, but that was mainly built on a team that Omar put together. He struck.
Well, listen, he brought Cespedes in, and listen, to his credit, he did not want to make the trade, and he was against the trade, and not until Terry Collins got Jimmy Leland to call up and say that Cespedes would be good did they agree to the deal. They were not going to agree to the deal. They were against bringing him back. And it was Jimmy Leland finally said, I'm telling you, Cespedes will do the job. And they finally agreed on Cespedes. Sandy was completely against bringing Cespedes. And by his own admission, he even admitted he was right. He was honest about it. He admitted that he didn't want him. And he did not want him. And he led them to a World Series. He played brilliantly. He carried the team. Absolutely carried it. Rob in East Hanover. What's up, Rob?
Hey, Mike, how you doing? I'm actually headed to the Yankee game right now. I'm pumped up. Hopefully, Stan could have a little bit of a repeat performance off of Keuchel. We saw in Houston a couple home runs.
You know, Keuchel hasn't had a great year by his standard by far, but you know what? He's always tough on the Yankees.
No, he is. But the reason I'm calling is about starting pitching. I saw an article the other day about how Cole Hamels might be the top guy. But I'm telling you, I don't want to give up a guy like Andor or Clint Frazier to get a guy like Cole Hamels. You know, would you accept that?
No,
if you're
I would not. I would not. I don't want Cole Hamels.
Neither do I.
Yeah, either way. So I'm if you're asking me about Cole Hamels, I am passing. I do not wish Cole Hamels. I do not want him on the team. No offense, but I don't want. Do not want Cole Hamels. I pass.
No, the guy I was thinking about, maybe Bumgarner. I don't know how you would have.
Well, listen, I think he is the guy without question because his postseason. He's one of the great postseason pitchers of all time. He ranks with the greatest. I mean, that's it. There's nothing else to say. He ranks with the greatest postseason pitchers in history. He would make a world of difference. He is going to be very expensive. He is going to cost you a lot. They are not going to give away a guy who has been nothing but short of a huge star for them in the postseason. Dan in Pennsylvania, what's up, Dan?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Good.
Listen, after Cashman couldn't make the Garrett Cole trade work, who I really wanted, really wanted.
And he's turned out to be very good.
Right. After that did not work out, why didn't they look at Jake Arrieta? Because they wouldn't have to trade for him, so they would have just signed him. I mean, he's having a pretty good year with the Phillies.
No, he's having a good year. First of all, the Phillies are a much better team than anybody thought they would be. I mean, I picked them as an over this year, so they've done well. But they've done well, and the Braves have done better. Arrieta's had a very good year. He's done a very good job. He's got a 2.16 ERA. He's pitched. He's 5-2. He's done a very good job this year. So Arrieta has done a good job, and he would have done a good job for the Yankees. I agree with that. All right, here are the Mets moves. They had a lot to do today. The Mets today announced that the club has recalled Buddy Baumann, so I know you're all thrilled about that. So I wanted to get that out fast because that is the headline. They have recalled Buddy Baumann. We can stop there and just say thank God. I mean, no, seriously. Selected the contract of Tim Peterson from Vegas and selected the contract of Scott Copeland from Binghamton. In order to make room, the Mets have decided to ship out any three guys who raised their hand today. No, they have optioned Jacob Ram to Vegas, and he's done nothing here. Sorry for Jacob. They have optioned Phillip Evans, who was here a very short time, and they have moved Lagares to the 60-day DL and designated P.J. Conlon for assignment. So again, for those of you who are locked into all these moves, here you go. They have recalled left-hander Buddy Baumann. They have picked up Tim Peterson from Vegas. They have picked up Scott Copeland from Binghamton. They have optioned Jacob. They've said bye-bye to him, back to Vegas. They have optioned Phillip Evans back to Vegas, and they have moved Lagares to the 60-day DL and designated P.J. Conlon for assignment. Matz underwent an MRI at special surgery. The results revealed a mild strain of his left middle finger. He is day-to-day. He will not go on a DL, and they think he will not, as of right now, they don't think he will miss a start. At least at this moment, they don't believe he'll miss a start. Bauman, for those of you who are interested in such things or may have had number 77 in the pool, I want you to know he will wear number 77. For those of you who had Peterson and 63, so here we go. Bauman, B77. Peterson, P63. Copeland, C62. So all three are available for tonight's game, which I'm sure gives you great hope that things will be better this evening. So Bauman, Peterson, and Copeland, who will wear 77, 63, and 62. Bauman will be lining up at the left tackle. Peterson will be at guard, and so will Copeland, wearing 63, 62, and 77. But that's part of the bullpen this evening, those three. There we go. So Bauman, Peterson. Now, Peterson was 0-1 with 7 saves this year. He had 40 strikeouts, and opposing hitters were hitting 179 against him. Copeland was 4-0 with a 3.81 ERA between Binghamton and Vegas. So he was 1-1 with Toronto, and that was he appeared in 5 games in the majors in 2015 with Toronto. So Copeland, Peterson, and Bauman. Chris in Huntington, what's up, Chris?
Hey, Mike, I have a trade suggestion for Yankees getting a pitcher. So if Seattle falls out of it, what about getting a guy like Paxton from Seattle if they decide to sell off?
I would think that Seattle would have very little interest in dealing Paxton. Now, the odds on them, even with the Cano situation, the way it's been, the odds on them falling completely out of it this year, I think are slim. I don't think that will happen. So, I mean, I think from that standpoint, I don't see them, making any moves like that. Again, Patterson's pitched well this year so far. And again, I'm not saying you can't get a guy like that. You can. I mean, he's not like he's untouchable, but, they got to disrupt their team. And to do that, they're going to want to be compensated. And especially if they're in a pennant race, it's very hard for them to do that. Anthony East to Hanover. What's up, Anthony?
Geez, I wonder who the Mets are going to call next, Mike. Is it going to Jack and Harrison Francesa out of the bullpen?
I don't think they're eligible yet, but who knows?
We might need him soon, but anyways, the people calling about the GM, and I'm not big on Sandy as much as I was a few years ago, but my message to Met fans, and this is why I get frustrated, is that it's not going to matter, Mike. When the GM changes, we all know it's either going to be Rico or Minaya, which is just it's just the status quo. And we all know that the owners aren't changing. So
I don't think it will be, and I don't think it will be Omar. I'd be surprised. I don't know that it'll be somebody new. You might be right about your first choice. I don't know that, but I don't think it would be Omar again. I really don't think he really wants it. But again, I will look more into that in the next couple of days and get back to you on whether that, what the case is with there. I'll check into that. We're coming to you live from Town Fair Tire Studios, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.